At this time, I'll call to order the City of Joliet Council meeting for December 7th, 2021. The Honorable Mayor Bob Dekirk residing. We will have be led in prayer by Pastor Vinton Ritchie from the First Christian Church, located over at 1701 Laraway Road, after which the pastor will lead us in the pledge, and the mayor will take over the meeting.
December 7th, 1941, early Sunday morning, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. Many servicemen and women were killed, 2,400, and many injured. Even today, many have died serving our country. Let us have a short time of prayer for the families of policemen and soldiers, family members that have lost ones protecting our nation. Let's bow. Amen. Something positive about government is mentioned in the scriptures. St. Paul the Apostle wrote Christians in Rome this advice: be a good citizen. All governments are under God. Insofar as there is peace and order, it's God's order. So live responsible as a citizen. If you're irresponsible to the state, then you are irresponsible with God, and God will hold you responsible. Duly constituted authorities are only a threat if you are trying to get by with something that's evil. Decent citizens should have nothing to fear. Do you want to be on good terms with the government? Be a responsible citizen and you'll get along just fine. The government working to your advantage. But if you're breaking the rules, right and left, you better watch out. The police aren't there just to be admired for their uniforms. God also has an interest in keeping order, and he uses them to do it. That's why you must live responsible, not just to avoid punishment, but also because it's the right thing to do in life. That's also why you should pay taxes, which I don't like doing, but so that an orderly way of life can be maintained. Fulfill your obligations as a citizen. Pay your taxes, pay your bills, respect the leaders. Let's bow in prayer. Our Heavenly Father, I pray for our Mayor, Bob Dekirk, for council members, Larry Hugg, Joe Clement, Betty Gavin, Cesar Guerrero, Terry Morris, Pat Mudrin, Jan Quillman, Sherry Reardon. I pray for the city manager, James Caparelli. Pray for a corporate counsel, Sabrina Spano, city clerk, Christina Desiderio. And I pray for all those that work in the city council, work to help Joliet become the city of champions. I pray this in the name of Jesus. Amen. Let's pray. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor.
Begin with roll call. Mayor Dekirk.
Here.
Councilman Clement.
Here.
Councilwoman Gavin is absent. Councilman Guerrero.
Here.
Councilman Hugg.
Here.
Councilman Morris.
Here.
Councilman Mudrin.
Here.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Here.
Councilwoman Reardon.
Here.
First on the agenda this evening is a presentation, the Exchange Club of Joliet Golden Deeds Award presentation.
Good evening. Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council, department heads, and fellow citizens. My name is George Bodie. I am the immediate past president of the Lincoln Land District Exchange and currently a member of Joliet. What we would like to do tonight, it is my honor to present several citizens with the Joliet Exchange Book of Golden Deeds Award. Now, volunteers' efforts is especially important to the society and should not be unnoticed. The Book of Golden Deeds is in the National Club's longest-running project. Its purpose is to recognize resolute volunteers who give endless hours of their time and talents towards making their communities better places to live. Since its inception in 1919, thousands of unsung heroes and heroines have been recognized. Honoring a fellow citizen with the Book of Golden Deeds Award is a heartwarming and inspiring act, not only for the retiree, but for all members of Exchange as well. The Book of Golden Deed Award benefits Exchange members, the honorees, and the community by promoting and rewarding community service efforts. If I may I have the following individuals please step forward? Dr. John Strokamp and Deputy Chief Jeff Carey. I guess Doc's not here. Yeah, he was. Okay. We are also honoring Dr. Carla Guzman, but she has a prior engagement with the school district. Okay, Deputy Chief Carey. We all know what kind of an amazing individual this man is. When COVID first came along, he did his research, he found sources, he got the equipment that our guys needed to maintain their health and stay in service to protect the citizens of Joliet. When COVID came along, he followed through with that in a further effort. He contacted and partnered with Dr. John Guzman from Amita St. Joe's, well, Advent St. Joe's now. And together they got the serums that we needed, the vaccines, and they approached Dr. Guzman for the use of the Joliet West Field House, where we set up the clinic. Over the 4 months, there were something like 64,000 injections given. My understanding is that's the majority of the injections that were given countywide. We had folks coming down to see how he did it. They were trying to emulate his program because it worked so well. People were amazed at how fast they could get in and out. For these reasons and others way too numerous to list, excuse me. We would like to honor Deputy Chief Jeff Carey of the Joliet Fire Department for his dedication to serving the community and making this a better place and a safer place to live. This is the plaque he will get. All right, hang loose. Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure working with you. I had the pleasure of working that clinic for a long period of time, and I was just amazed at his endurance. My understanding is he used to go to work early, get the fire department stuff done, go to the clinic, work there all day, and then go back to the department to finish up the department work. That takes a tremendous amount of dedication. Since we don't have Dr. Strokamp here, we won't go through that. But we do have one other person that we'd like to honor. Could I have Councilwoman Quillman come forward, please?
No.
Yes. Yes, we're sneaky. She has no clue that this was happening. The real story of the vaccination clinic was that of the volunteers. It took about 30 people a day to staff and operate the clinic. There was 30 people per day, 5 days a week for 4 months, with only a few days off. It was a genuine community effort to make the clinic a success. Day in and day out, the effort of volunteers was incredible. No one would know this more than Councilwoman Quillman. Councilwoman Quillman was there every single day the clinic was open. She moved her personal appointments around, canceled plans to ensure that she did not miss a day. Unfortunately, her perfect attendance was almost marred by a meeting she was supposed to attend when a pre-council meeting got shifted, but she was granted dispensation and was able to continue her attendance record. I understand this is probably a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence, but we'll deal with that later. I did have the opportunity to work with Jan at the clinic. You never knew where she was because she was always someplace else helping, either restocking the stations, refilling the vials, whatever needed to be done, giving injections, logging people in. She was there, and she was kind of a utility worker. She did it all, and she did it every day. She was one of those folks that we could not have done without. And for those reasons, it's my honor to present you with this service plaque.
Thank you. And all the volunteers, the retirees, and a lot of nurses that did help.
Yes.
All
I'm sorry.
And no one got paid. That was the thing. The nurses came and volunteered, and they were working at other places, and they said, we're coming here to volunteer because it's much better here, it's more fun, and we're not getting paid, but it doesn't matter because we don't need to get paid. We're doing something good. And this is just too much for me because I just was there to help. I had the time, I'm a nurse, and I was doing the right thing, and I just hope that people will understand, please, get vaccinated. If you're worried about being tracked in your life, you have a cell phone, you're tracked every single day, you use your cell phone. So please, just use your head and get vaccinated so we can get on with our lives later on. But this means more to me than any other thing. I never expected this, and great guys to work with, and Jeff Carey did a fabulous job, and thank you to Chief Lasky, who allowed Jeff lots of time to help with all this. Back there, he's back there, the unsung hero, but I don't know what else to say, but thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Just wanted to say one thing, especially with this being December 7th. Thanks to all the veterans and current military out there for everything they do. And this kind of reminded me of during World War II when you had the big volunteer efforts. It was everybody coming together for that great point. And that's what happened here. This doesn't belong to me. It belongs to everybody back there that volunteered every day. So if I could just say thank you to all you guys. You guys are the ones that made it happen.
You're welcome. One last little point. We vaccinated everybody that we vaccinated was from this area, with the exception of 4 people. We had 4 members of the cast from Chicago Fire show up to get vaccinated here in Joliet, which caused kind of a row for the rest of us. It was fun. The Joliet Exchange Club is honored being able to honor these people who have gone above and beyond the call for service to the community. However, they represent the army of firefighters, both active and retired, nurses and doctors who devoted countless hours for the betterment of our community. The staff of Joliet West High School collaborated with our volunteers to maintain security and a good working environment. To everyone involved with the clinic, the Exchange Club of Joliet gives you all a well done and thank you. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you. Good work. Want to bring the guys up?
Yeah. All the volunteers. It was all you guys that made everything possible.
Let you get in there.
They should have put the record, she was speechless.
Can you guys take your masks down?
We're all vaccinated.
And booster.
And booster.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for your indulgence.
Oh, no, thank you. Great work.
Next is the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as written with the following change? Remove from consent agenda Council Memo 546-21, which is the lease agreement for the Public Utilities Engineering Staff Office relocation to Bays Rialto Building in the amount of $150,000.12 to be voted on separately. Is there a motion to approve?
Is
the
there a reason
consent-
why, Krista?
It was per the request of Councilman Mudrin.
I'm not for it.
Oh, okay, I just didn't want to know why you, that's all, no big deal.
Is there a motion to approve the agenda as written with Council Memo 546-21 to be voted on separately?
So moved.
Second.
Been motion seconded to approve. Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Guerrero?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilman Morris?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Before we move on, I believe we have a few representatives from IDOT here.
Yeah, I have been in contact with Representative Larry Walsh Jr. about the bridge, and fortunately, we have three members of IDOT. You guys step forward, please. IDOT, who are here tonight to give us an update on the bridge and answer any questions that any council members may have. Thank you for coming. I know it's the holiday season. You'd rather be with your families than at a Joliet City Council meeting, but we appreciate you guys coming out tonight.
Well, no, thanks for having us. We're happy to be able to provide updates and answer any questions that you may have.
Okay.
My name's John Schumacher. I'm the Bureau Chief of Construction, so I oversee the construction in the 6-county area. You wanna go yet?
I'm Yatsa Ketchman. I'm the local supervisor for the bridges right here.
I'm Barry Gibbs. I'm the liaison engineer from Gonzalez Engineering.
So obviously, Jefferson's been closed for quite some time. We've been trying to work our way through a lot of the different mechanical systems that were needing repair and replacement. Upon removing some of those systems, we were able to witness other parts of the system that needed to be replaced, and that's what led to a lot of these delays. The last of which is trying to put the bridge back together with the new parts and the existing parts. The alignment wasn't lining up properly to the tolerances that are required to operate the bridge. So we had to hire a specialty contractor, and there's only a few of them in the area. And they're on board now. They're getting their materials ready this week. They'll be on site on Monday. It's anticipated directly from them that they'll be done a week, that 1 week, so they'll be done a week from Friday. And then that was our structural repair contract on Jefferson. The centralized control contract, that contractor has about 2 weeks worth of work left. So if you throw that 2 weeks in there, that puts us into the week between Christmas and New Year's. So we're thinking, that end of the first week of January, second week of January, that's our time frame for when it should be back in service.
Okay. Are there any plans then after that about follow-up work on Jefferson or the other bridges? I've heard rumors.
So with the centralized control contract, each one of the bridges is gonna be out of service for 60 days per the contract documents. And my understanding is once Jefferson is reopened, they're gonna be moving to Jackson, and Jackson will be the next one they work on.
Okay. And this may be above your level, but we were fortunate, IDOT was able early in the spring to turn Cass Street into a two-way bridge. I've got real positive feedback from people at Joliet about that. My hope would be that it stays two ways after Jefferson gets reopened, anticipating that we're gonna have problems. There's always something that comes up with one of the bridges. It really helps
the traffic pattern in and out of downtown. Do you know if those plans are in place or who we would need to talk to? If not,
So my understanding is once Jefferson is reopened, Cass will go back to one-way. The department is in the process of studying a permanent two-way configuration at Cass. There's some options that I think they're evaluating to see what, might be feasible, what might not be feasible.
Okay.
I don't know where they're at in that process, but I talked to Jose Rios, our regional engineer, and he said that they are studying it.
Very good. Any other questions?
Just a thought, on my way here today, I had to take a detour because the Jackson Street gate was stuck. And they were detouring all the traffic all the way to Ruby Street.
Yeah, the limits got offset on the traffic group, so it should be resolved by now.
But I really would hope and consider Cass being two-way all the time. And if you take it away and then reinstate it, it's very confusing. If we could just work something out where it could just stay that way, I would.
I'll pass that on to our Bureau of Traffic and Jose.
Because people are very pleased with that, like, why can't it stay that way? So just passing that on.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
one other question, and I think I know the answer, but is it true that the only bridge that where the grade would allow a permanent structure is Ruby Street, or is that not accurate either?
That I don't know. Do you know that question?
No, that shouldn't be accurate. The height clearance would require the bridges to go well beyond, what's allowable. I mean, they would pass, like Cass Street, Jefferson Street, they would pass majority of the downtown before
Right.
they could
Okay.
settle, so Ruby Street would be the same type of situation.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
Be well and stay safe.
Thank you for your time, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And
Have a
thanks
good
to Representative Walsh, I appreciate it.
Next is citizens to be heard on agenda items. Kamara Tiller regarding Council Memo 551-21.
Hello once again. She said my name is Kamara Tiller. I'm the owner and petitioner for 429 Buell Avenue and the attached property of 426 Division Street. I know we're hearing this item second day in a row. I do appreciate your patience and time with going over this overall. And I'm very grateful. I do hope the Cass Street Bridge does stay open though, because that's been a huge help for me, just getting back and forth, because taking the detour tonight was a surprise. As I said, I just wish to move forward with this project. I do seek your approval, a vote to approve, and get this done and let you guys be able to move on to other bigger things that I know you have to deal with going forward. I do know there are some neighborhood services stuff coming up and things like that, but I said anything that comes forward, I am more than willing to comply with at this time. I have no issue with that. I was actually grateful for neighborhood services coming out to do the inspection as is, because they caught some stuff that me and my tenant had not caught at that point, and I was able to get everything fixed within, I guess, 2 days. He was kind of shocked how fast I got a post replaced in the patio and the new outlet and all that stuff. And it's just been a great learning process for us about how the city works, the history of the home itself. We're actually somewhat grateful for it, just so we have a better understanding of what needs to be done and just how things work in general. Of course, if there's any questions you all have or anything like that, I'm more than open to them.
Questions?
I just wanted to clarify one thing from last night. You said you went to Kappa and they took a vote and you said a 7-3 vote, and then you thought it was going to be 10-0, so it went in your favor. Did you say the Kappa was for this then?
No, Kappa historically is typically against this. I was just surprised that I even got 3 votes
3
on my
votes.
side at
Okay.
that point. I know that for them, their tradition is what's most important in ensuring that they preserve the neighborhood as is, and I get that. But the fact that I was able to get some I was very grateful for at that point.
I just want clarification. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak on an agenda item? Next is council committee reports, public service committee report.
The public service met here at City Hall and the council chambers yesterday at 4:30 in the afternoon, December 6th, 2021. On the committee is Councilman Morris, Councilwoman Gavin, and myself. The agenda consisted of 3 contracts that we looked at. One would be $56,420 roof replacement repair for, the former fire station at 815 Campbell. That is now, has a tenant, which is the Auto Theft Task Force. And, while we'll be, replacing the roof because it's in dire need right now, the task force is actually using their money to replace doors and things like that to update, so they're good tenants. We also looked at, the lease agreement for the public utilities engineering staff office relocation to the Bays Rialto building, which I think, didn't that used to be called Rialto 2, right? And, we went through it, and of course, the sewer and water department is an enterprise fund, it doesn't come out of the general fund. They live and subsist as a department only on the fees that they collect for water and sewer and the services they provide, so it completely fits in their budget, and ultimately, they're gonna have to make that move as we move further and further into the alternative water project over the next 10 years, so, this is gonna free up some space, which means if you have more space to bring, more staff forward for the community, you have better service for the community too, so it's a win-win all the way around. Then we also awarded or reviewed, an award of a professional service contract for design permitting drafting the Chicago Street Water Main Improvement Project to Civil Tech. We did have a handful of about 6 change order payments and final payments that we went through and looked at. 2 of them were with the lead replacement. The reason that there was a change order is we had enough additional money to actually expand the program. So by doing so, we had to offer the contractors an extension, not for the original service lines and homes that they replaced, but for the ones we added to it, which is good news, that more homes are going to be lead-free. Again, as I said at the committee meeting, Mayor, I think you'll agree, you have people that have talked about, for instance, going back to Flint, Michigan, or you talk about our neighbors to the north. I think in Harvey, they had a problem with their water. I think it was Harvey. Joliet doesn't have any city lines that are lead. That was stopped pre-1940 and is really leading the pack here in the Chicago area to make even the homes lead-free. Ultimately, when this program's done over the next several years, you're gonna be a completely lead-free community from pump to spigot. Other than that, everything else was pretty routine. We did look it over and review it. Everything on yesterday's committee agenda will be on the city council in 2 weeks for approval, and all of them received a unanimous vote for recommendation to all of our colleagues here to approve them. Did I miss anything, Terry?
No, sir.
All right, well, Mayor, that would be my report then. And I should mention that, of course, Allison Swisher was in attendance with her staff, as was Greg Ruddy from the Public Works Department, in addition to myself and committee members. Thank you.
Thank you.
I show no other reports. Under consent agenda, approval of the minutes, recommended the minutes of the pre-council meeting held on November 15th and the minutes of the council meeting held on November 16th, 2021, stand approved as recorded. Invoices paid report, it's recommended this report be received and placed on file. Council Memo 543-21, regular payroll for September 10th through September 23rd, 2021, $3,454,853.15. Council Memo 544-21, regular payroll for September 24th through October 7th, 2021, $3,330,923.85. Council Memo 545-21, regular payroll for October 8th through October 21, 2021, $3,411,460.32. It's recommended said regular payrolls be approved. Council Memo 546-21 will be voted on separately. Council Memo 547-21, Amendment Number 1 to the Phase 1 Lift Station Assessment and Design Engineering Program Professional Services Agreement to Trotter and Associates in the amount of $133,400. Council Memo 548-21, Change Order Number 3 for the 2021 Sanitary Sewer Rehabilitation Program to Performance Pipelining in the amount of -$267.18. It's recommended Council Memos 547-21 and 548-21 be approved. Is there a motion to approve said consent agenda items?
So move.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Guerrero.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon.
Aye.
Councilman Clement.
Aye.
Motion carried. Moving back to Council Memo 546-21, a lease agreement for the Public Utilities Engineering Staff Office relocation to Bays Rialto Building in the amount of $150,000.12. It's recommended Council Memo 546-21 be approved.
So moved.
Second.
Krista, before we get to that, Jim, I know an email was sent by Allison Swisher to all of us. Could you, break down though why or the staff is recommending this?
Well, as we have continued to grow, our staff, this is for the future going forward here, and this was an excellent opportunity to get that moving forward. You know, City Hall is getting a little bit tight here. The budget calls for an increase in some folks here to be in the compliance department and additional planners, so we would need that space here. We like to keep the space here at City Hall for people that actually come in and interface with city employees. You know, Allison Swisher, not that her group does not necessarily have any contact with citizens as the planners do when architects come in, people want to do remodeling and such. So, you know, we're trying to keep that when people come to City Hall, they can just kind of, it's a one-stop shop here. So that's one of the driving forces behind that, in addition to the fact that as the water department grows, they're gonna need additional space here as this project starts standing up. So we're planning for the future.
Okay.
Mayor?
Yes.
So personally, I have no problem if space is needed, and obviously it sounds like it is, moving out, and I understand from yesterday that Derek Connolly looked at other properties in the downtown area. But I've been called by downtown businessmen asking why they didn't get a chance to show their rental properties or ability to be there. As we all know, we have other assets in the downtown area. I don't know if they were looked at, if these were a possibility. And then we have partners, places like the Rialto Bike Park, things of that nature, that I think needed to be reviewed. I did call Derek on it. I know he's out of town at a convention and couldn't be here, but that was my thought, that it was more the way it was handled. Not that anything was wrong, I just think it should have been opened for everybody to have an opportunity to present their properties on why we should go there.
Well, Councilman, I believe it talks about in here how there were 5 properties that were actually considered. Derek had put those together in the downtown area and looked at them, and there was a criteria based on that. And so this particular building being moved in ready, being new, John Bays' building was the outcome determinative factor here, that would be the meet the best needs of this particular move at this time. So we did do a study of 5 different properties that we thought would meet the needs of that. So that was the decision that was made.
It was mo-
Can I say something?
Yes, so for it, Dan.
I just found out about this space problem that the city has when I read the newspaper this morning. And I have a building at 71 North Iowa Street. It's got 5,600 square feet of office space, 7 offices, 2 conference rooms, and a bonus room, which is commonly known as the Players Lounge, and 6 off-street parking places. And it's a half a block from the city hall here. I would have liked to have had an opportunity to at least make a pitch. And that's all I'm gonna say. I understand. John Bays has done a wonderful job for the city of Joliet. Don't get me wrong. I'm not disrespecting him, but I wanted to make that point.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jim, would staff consider tabling this and taking a look at some of these other properties?
I mean, Mayor, we did this. I mean, yeah, if you want to table it, that's fine, but we're kind of running into a lease problem here. John Bays has plenty of parking, not just 6 parking spots. There's going to be 9 people there, so we're going to need 9 parking spots, not just 6. So you can see that there's more to it than just the office space alone. There's the ancillary services that are provided. It's a newer space. We think it clearly meets our needs. I would ask that you would vote for it tonight, so we can move on here. So
Okay.
you're the council.
So Mayor, would 2 weeks hurt? I mean, just give everybody else an opportunity?
I don't think so.
You want to do it on?
Do it on the 21st. Everything else is that day, why not? I move to table that till 21st, to give everybody else an opportunity.
Second.
Motion and seconded to table Council Memo 546-21, a lease agreement for the Public Utilities Engineering Staff Office relocation to Bays Rialto Building in the amount of $150,012 to the December 21st council meeting. Councilman Hug,
Aye.
Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon,
Aye.
Councilman Clement,
Aye.
Councilman Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 546-21 is tabled to the December 21st council meeting. Moving on, under ordinances, Council Memo 550-21, an ordinance amending the 2021 annual budget for the city of Joliet and award a contract for the 2021-2022 hazardous tree trimming and removal contract to Arbor Tech Services in the amount of $199,612.44. It's recommended said ordinance be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman,
Aye. Just a quick question though. Did we get the, list of all the trees?
Not like individually by address, but, right, you know.
It's individually, by address.
Oh, you got that one?
Got it.
I got the general one.
All right, thank you.
Councilwoman Reardon,
Aye.
Councilman Clement,
Hey, Jim, good job with, you and staff. I think you saved the city about $150,000 by, holding off months ago on this.
Right, thank you.
Yeah.
We did, it was, the price, it was when they were really busy. I know that, so I appreciate you bringing that to our attention, is that maybe we should wait a little bit, and we did, and we saved a substantial amount of money, by waiting to this, when they're not so busy this time of year, and try to get ahead of it for the spring. So, I think it was a win all the way around.
Yeah, I vote aye.
Councilman Guerrero,
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 551-21 is an ordinance approving a variation of use to allow the continuation of an existing rental unit above a garage, a 2-unit, in an R2 single-family residential zoning district located at 429 Buell Avenue. It's recommended said ordinance be adopted.
So moved. Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Mudrin,
Yes.
Councilwoman Coleman,
For reasons that are well known to you, sir, I have to vote no, but I will tell you this. I did contact the CAP organization, and someone will be getting in touch with you about the open board seats, so you can get more involved in the community like you wanted to. Okay, you're welcome.
Councilwoman Reardon,
Aye.
Councilman Clement,
Aye.
Councilman Guerrero,
Aye.
Councilman Hug,
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Motion carried 6-1. Council Memo 553-21 is under resolutions. It's a resolution authorizing the submittal of the Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report to the Department of Housing and Urban Development. It's recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
In motion and seconded to approve, Councilwoman Coleman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon,
Aye.
Councilman Clement,
Aye.
Councilman Guerrero,
Aye.
Councilman Hug,
Aye.
Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 554-21 is a resolution authorizing the execution of an amendment to the existing lease with Verizon Wireless. It's recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
In motion and seconded to approve, Councilwoman Reardon,
Aye.
Councilman Clement,
Aye.
Councilman Guerrero,
Aye.
Councilman Hug,
Aye.
Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 555-21, a resolution approving an amendment to Article 10, Section 17, and Exhibit A of the collective bargaining agreement between the City of Joliet and Joliet Firefighters Local 44. It's recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
In motion and seconded to approve, Councilman Clement,
Aye.
Councilman Guerrero,
Aye.
Councilman Hug,
Aye.
Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 556-21 is a resolution approving agreement with Heritage Corridor Convention and Visitors Bureau for the administration of city-related marketing and tourism promotions. It's recommended said resolution be adopted.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Guerrero,
Aye.
Councilman Hug,
Aye.
Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon,
Aye.
Councilman Clement.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is the city manager's report.
I really have nothing more to add, except that, I know that next council agenda is gonna be fairly robust, so, keep your, calendars free. I look forward to talking to each and every one of you about the budget tomorrow at, 5:30. So, if those, I don't know if that's being televised or not, but if you wanna tune in, so, it is gonna be televised, so if you wanna tune in and listen to Mr. Gadati and myself, and the council members, please do so. Thank you, that's all, that concludes my comments.
Next is new business, not for final action or recommendation.
Caesar, Larry? No. Terry?
No.
Pat? Jim? Okay. I got a couple things. Number one, we have on the website now the City of Joliet Holiday Lights Map. We've done this the last few years. It's actually gets a real positive feedback, but some of the nicer homes with the holiday decorations are listed on the map so people can go see for themselves or take a tour of the city with their family. Krista, how do these homes get submitted? People can put them in themselves or put a neighbor's address in?
They can put it in themselves. The form is online, directly on the website.
It's on the city website. So yeah, I encourage people to take a look at the website and go out and enjoy some of the holiday decorations. There really are some incredible displays throughout the town. So thank you for, Jim, for getting that back up again. And the second thing is a question. It probably is gonna come up tomorrow, but since COVID started, one of the cutbacks we did had to do with the quarterly newsletter. We stopped it last summer. It's been about a year and a half. That was another thing that was very well received. I think we all got a lot of compliments about the information in that newsletter from a lot of our citizens. I believe it's past due. We should start that going again. Do you have any update on what we're doing? with
I
the
do not,
newsletter?
but I know that we have money in the budget to be able to do that, so that'll go.
Very good.
We'll absolutely get that crank it back up again.
Very good.
That's easy
Thank
to
you.
do. You're welcome, Mayor.
That's all I had.
Next is public comments. Van Callen.
I'm here once again to kvetch about the Barrett's building, the old Barrett's building. There's still a hole in the foundation for homeless people to camp out in the Barrett's basement. My fellow attorney, John Reed, who owns 63 West Jefferson Street, I know has called a couple of times advising the city about this problem. Recently, I spoke to a policeman when he was over there at the back of the parking lot about this. And there's a large hole there, and people can camp out in the basement of the Barrett's building, which is empty. So something needs to be done about that for the safety of the neighborhood before that place burns down. So I just here to kvetch about that and advise you that it's either plug up the hole or put a welcome sign there. So that's pretty much the options.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, can we have neighborhood services look at that tomorrow?
Yes, Mayor, we met with the current owners last week, Derek Conley, myself, and we talked about some of the problems that they have with that building over there, and they said that they're gonna start working on it. I want the facade, which is just open windows, I want that fixed up so it doesn't look like they're broken out windows and stuff. So we've started the dialogue with them to be able to get them moving on that, but I will have neighborhood services. I was not aware of the homeless people till this evening, but I'll crank on that.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak under public comments? We have mayor and council comments next, but I also wanted to let you know we did have a request for closed session this evening. Mayor and council comments.
Joe?
Again, I want to thank Jim and staff. I see today that they had a contractor out installing trees. Had a lot of neighbors happy and a lot of people around that they're happy that the trees are being put in and replaced. So thanks again for that.
Caesar? Larry?
No.
Terry? No. Pat?
As stated before, it is December 7th. a day, obviously, in history that we'll all remember. I'd like to thank all the past and present military for the job they've done to keep all of us safe.
Jim?
Just a couple of things to reiterate what Councilman Mudron said. The greatest generation fought that war. And a day of remembrance we'll never forget, just like we'll never forget 9/11 for our generation. So let's just keep that up. And it was a sad day today to see on the news where it was just inundated with pouring down rain and flooding, but the survivors of that day made that trek again, just to remember their comrades. So never forget Pearl Harbor. On a happy note, not only is Joliet among champions, but our neighbors are as well. The local Lockport Township High School, Class 8A, won their state football championship with a 24-6 win. And also our neighbors down in Wilmington, Class 2A, they won their state championship, all in football. So kudos to all the coaches and all the high school kids that won their games. And on that little note, I will just say, I was taken back by this award. I never expected it. I just did what I thought needed to be done to help get vaccines in people's arms. And fire department did a fabulous job, and all the volunteer nurses. It was just such a great group of people, and it was just, we had worked so closely together. It was like you would have thought we had worked for years together. It was just quickly, and it was just a remarkable feat that we did. And just want to thank all of those that were involved. And again, this award, you got me, guys, you got me. So thank you.
Jerry?
I also was going to congratulate all the area football teams, Lockport, Wilmington, and JCA. So congratulations to all the champions.
Okay, well, I'll join in also. That it is great. 3 teams from the area, but of course, thanks to Joliet Catholic, the local team, their 15th state championship. Congratulations. I want to congratulate Father Valenti from St. Anthony's on November 20th. There was a street sign dedication that I was there for, so congratulations to Father Valenti. I want to thank everyone who came out last week, November 26th, for the holiday parade, the tree lighting ceremony. We had a year off the year before because of COVID, so it was great to see so many people out, thousands of people in downtown Joliet enjoying the festivities. Thank you to everyone who came out. Catholic Charities had an event last Wednesday, which I spoke at. I want to thank Catholic Charities and again, everyone who came out to support them. I do want to promote the Santa send-off that's coming up. That will be next Saturday. Krista, are those details on the website also?
They are as well on the main page.
All right, this is something we did last year in lieu of the downtown parade, where Joliet Police and Joliet firefighters escorted Santa Claus throughout the city as he left Joliet to go back to the North Pole. I don't know, hundreds or maybe 1,000 people participated last year along the route. So the route's gonna be posted on the city website. It'll be covered the day of on Facebook, so you can see where Santa's at. It was really nice to have people come out safely and enjoy a little mini parade and say goodbye to Santa before he went back. I'm glad we're doing that again. And then I wanna wish my best wishes to Councilwoman Gavin. She was hospitalized. Hopefully she'll be back at the next meeting, but Betty, we hope you get well soon. I know we have executive session, then we do have the budget meeting tomorrow night at 5:30. There'll be a budget meeting following Monday, a week from yesterday, with the idea that whatever changes or amendments will be done at that meeting so we can vote on it on the 21st.
That's correct.
Oh, very good. All right, thank you.
Is there a motion to go into closed session to discuss personnel, collective bargaining, land acquisition, or conveyance pending or threatened litigation, after which the meeting will be adjourned?
So moved.
Motion seconded to approve. Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudron.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon.
Aye.
Councilman Clement.
Aye.
Councilman Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carries.